For the first step in our GarageBand project, we need to write out the 12-bar blues as whole note measures. So to do that, I opened up a brand new project here in GarageBand, and we are writing our own things, so we need an empty project. Click Choose, and it's going to ask me what type of instrument. We are using software instruments. We're playing sounds from our Mac. So I will continue. We could use some of the other features later in the project, but for step one, all I need is a software instrument. I will not be using musical typing just yet, so I can get rid of this. And then over here, there's a drawer that shows me my sound bank. And what I would like to choose for right now, I'd like to go, let's go hard rock. I want my blues to really rock out. So I've got an electric guitar. Any sounds that I make now will be played on this electric guitar. And I'm going to close the drawer now that I know what I'm doing. As you see, we have a completely blank workspace here, and that needs to change. We are going to be adding notation. So at measure 1, I'm going to press Command to get my pencil and then click, and it added a measure. It's empty, but now we're going to fill it. So after pressing Command click, making that, we're going to go to the scissors. We won't be using the piano roll. Some sound engineers and editors and composers like to use that. For this project, we don't need it. We need the score, the actual written music. So as you see right now, it is empty. Right now it's written for, say, a piano with a treble clef and a bass clef. If you read treble clef best, you can choose that. If you play bass and you know the bass clef best, go ahead and click that. For me, I'm going to stick with the treble clef right now because that's my most comfortable. And now to add in the notes, if I look over here, I'm going to be worrying about whole notes today, and that is all. Keep it simple. Whole notes for our basic chords. So I have a whole note selected. I have treble clef. It's in 4/4 time. We are all ready to go. All I need to do is add the notes, and we always begin by adding the root of the chord. The very first chord in the blues progression is C, so I need to make a C. I press Command and click, and it will make a C. Now this happened to be a C sharp, so I can drag it and watch what it says for pitch until it says C3. There we go. Now I have a C. Remember the rule for building a chord now. If do is on a line, then mi is on a line, then so is on a line. Each one is doing fine. So I have my root note. Now I'm just going to stack them up on the lines to make my 3 notes. The root, the mediant, and the dominant. And if I go back and press play, I will hear my chord. Let me try that again. And one other thing, I want to turn off this metronome. Don't want it. And I don't want the count in. Let's listen again. Well, it's short, but it sounds good. So the next thing I'd like to do is make this go for 4 measures. And I don't want to write out all those chords. I've already done it once. So I'm going to click and drag 4 measures of C. Let's hear that now. Great, sounding good. Now I know that my next chord needs to be an F. So I am going to Command click, make an empty bar. This time my root is F because it's an F chord. So click, and I made an F sharp. There's an F. And the rule is the same. If do is on a space, then mi is on a space, then so is on a space. Each one has its place. There we go. And I need 2 measures of F. I click and drag. Here we go. Now for C, there's a little shortcut because I've already written out C. I don't want to write it out all over again. So I am going to press Option, drag. and I just copied what was already there. I only have 2 measures of C though, so I'm going to shorten it. The other way to do this is to get this C highlighted and go copy, move my playhead to where I want it to go, and paste. Then I can shorten it. So there are several ways to do that. But no matter what, I see I have my C chord, my F chord, C chord, and then comes G. I'm going to start with my root, G. And I only have 1 measure of that. Then I go back to F. So I'm going to Option, drag, and then I need C's at the end. Option, drag those. And I have 12 bar blues. Sounds pretty good. I've got the first step finished. I have whole notes playing the 12 bar blues with stacked chords. That's all you need to do for now. If you missed a step along the way, rewind the video, go back and watch it, and see what you can do.